Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. And today, welcome to the world of the Soviet Su-17M2, a Soviet, you guessed it, 10.3 strike aircraft. And this very scene at the start is absolutely filthy. It's dirty, and it shows you why this thing is both wrong when you face it. It's completely overpowered. It just amplifies the need for bigger maps, and that the combination of R-60 missiles on an aircraft that spawns with Mach 1 and can cover the length of an entire RRB map in less than 2 minutes before enemies can really take off and gather speed and altitude is absolutely broken. This is not a rant. This is a showcase what you currently can expect. It's new content, it is absolutely favored by where it is placed, it just fits the meta, and what you see right now is the fighter role, and this is the entire video, because there are multiple videos probably incoming about this amazing aircraft, which is so versatile, it hardly can be described in one video. Not just because it is delivering footage left, right, and center, but also because it is a mixture of, if you will, an A-70 Corsair 2, but also a Phantom in its versatility, in its behavior. It has limitations, but what you just saw now was the first F-100 getting smacked just seconds after spawning. The second one also has no idea, and the R-60 strikes again, and you don't have two R-60s. No. You have 4 of the buggers, and you also have 2 30mm. Let's just see what they can do. That was a bad head-on. I'm not really proud of. The plane is a bit sluggish, but those 30mm, I really like them. They're feeling like the prop equivalent of the 30mm MK103, just a bit more modern. So they don't have an incredible high rate of fire. Sometimes they don't one-shot, but mostly they do, or at least deliver heavy damage. And you have 160 rounds between the two 30mm NR30 cannons. There are multiple bomb load options and rocket load options. There are also the speciality of this plane having those wings that fold. They do this automatically, and it not just looks really cool, but at lower speeds it also gives you a bit better maneuverability. Don't think that this is a freedom fighter. Don't think that this plane is a turn fighter. But it might, in certain situations, just give you a little bit more room to maneuver. But then the flaps are kind of blocked if the wings are not fully extended, if you will. If they are folded outwards, that is. So there is an actual blocking of the flaps. And here you can see how they just, unfold, so to speak. The aircraft on the deck goes up to 1,400 kilometers per hour. In that you are then a bit more in the red zone. I've never really ripped my wings in a straight line, only when I turn for a long period of time at the 10G mark at Mach 1. At lower speeds it's not that critical, but at Mach 1 I would be a bit more careful. This plane is so fun, I put a talisman on it, and in the incredibly fast-paced action of War Thunder, look at this. This was a match with the post-battle results. Less than 4 minutes, and I got 4 kills, and this amount of civil line and RP. The stock grind on this thing is a bit harsh, since, the 30mm by themselves alone are a bit limited. They are not like the amazing American 20mm Gatling cannon or multiple 20mm. Sometimes at the chat level, people fly in between the shots, but you can at least get into multiple battles real quick. So look at this. This is a very, very tiny map. I think it's Malta. I just spawned, and I'm already at 1,300 plus kilometers per hour on the deck. My plan is to loop around behind the enemies and give them the good old R60 treatment, just to showcase how broken it is. We're not even a minute into the game, not even a minute, so 50 seconds by now, roughly, and I already have crossed the map, more or less, you know, and there they are. They have no idea I'm here, and I want to turn, and this happens. Yep, that was just a demonstration what I wanted to talk about. So you have to really take care of that. Other than this, the plane is really forgiving. You have air brakes. Again here, this Mirage, he just took off. I'm behind him, R60, and easy as that. Now, what follows is a bit of a demonstration that the R60s have their problems with flares. For veterans, this is well known, but if you are new to War Thunder, you should really be you should really know this, that flares are a thing. There is a little bit of a trick where you can throw the missiles above the flares, but it doesn't work in this patch like it did the last patch. So there is the F4E, and that was a shot at long range, granted, but it seems like this guy sees it coming, he flares. And the one trick that you have to do to also really make the flares more usable is to turn off your afterburner, because your afterburner is then still hotter than the flares. I'm just waiting, there are planes behind me, and this is what I was talking about. You can throw the missiles over the flares, but it doesn't work, and it seems like this player knew what he was doing. He was really keen on following the other Su-17, and slowly but surely I kept up. And I think the Phantoms got really a buff to their nose authority, but this guy scissoring in front of me, that's a crit, that's another crit, and there the aircraft is gone, giving a little bit of a bump just to remind him who's boss. And that was this match. Chat battles on those tiny maps that are not even huge by prop standards. When you then go with, oh, that was beautiful, he just tried to get out of the way. When they try to let you fight on those maps, it just screams for bigger maps. That's not the aircraft's fault. And I think when you, again, have, and I really need to point this out, here a bit of a dogfight with a Phantom 2. When you give those aircraft the ability to spawn with an air spawn in front of the airfield at Mach 1, and they can keep Mach 1, and then they literally fly under the radar and do the sneak attack, you know, that's not gonna end well for the enemy. Now, a lot of the people will do the bomb trucking with this thing, right? Loading up the bombs, killing the bases, getting some safe RP. But once you unlock the R60, it is fighter hunting time, big time. So this is then a problem. Imagine an entire squadron or multiple of those planes. They are not restricted like bombers are to 4. The entire team could consist of those things. They have a massive advantage, and you must not underestimate those aircraft being dangerous. They can interrupt really drastically the assembling process of the enemy aircraft. When somebody spawns in a few seconds late, when somebody has a PC that doesn't load that quickly, when somebody is joining progress, this aircraft is all over them. Again, here I threw the R60 over the flares and he got critted. So he's now in big trouble. Another plane is incoming and I want to deal with it. Bit late to flare, mate. So I'm here low on fuel, and that was my mistake. That was actually the very first battle that I played, and I underestimated also the consumption of the afterburner. And you kind of need the afterburner. Everybody's using the afterburner, so you have to really work with that. So here I realized, duh, my fuel's gone, and that's not good. So I couldn't really dogfight here the second one, although with with fuel I would have gotten him, and this F4E is about to crash and gives me my second kill. Yeah, so that was me. That was me just being short on fuel. Otherwise, I probably would have given myself a good attempt at the second Phantom as well. That was the first battle that I played, and just like Orange Doom did it in the old days, I think it's not so much looking at the statistic and so just get it out and try it out what the plane can do, what the plane is capable of, and what you can expect from it. You know, because a lot of the things are not really shown in the statistics. Overall, I think that this is a very versatile plane. Again, multiple videos probably coming in on this plane to show off what it can do. I think it is very capable in bomb trucking, in harassing tanks in tank RB if there is no radar guided SAM system or any sort of SPA. It lacks flares. That's a bit of an issue. It also lacks radar missiles. That's not really that much of a loss, to be honest. And it also kind of, you know, without the air start wouldn't be that good. The acceleration isn't that good. The energy retention isn't all that great. However, I think that we see multiple more of those folding wing aircrafts, and it looks absolutely amazing. Currently, I think it is filthy, it's overpowered, thanks to the air start and the combination of the 4 R60s, but it is by itself a solid aircraft, and to be honest, I like it. And again, doing here some rolling, just to annoy here the F4 Phantom. And can I dodge the missile? There it is. Yes. So that was good. I know that this guy will probably shoot the second one, so I have to align myself with not a mountain and then wait until I see his launch. Come on, you want it. I realized that another Su-17 is behind me, and I want to bait the F4 for the other Su-17. If a Phantom goes slow, it is just losing one of its main advantages, the power and the speed. And obviously then I give him just a profile to shoot, he misses, and I use here a little bit the air brake. He is the last player on the enemy team, so I don't have to fear another player swooping in and giving me the missile treatment or just killing me with guns. Yeah, this is the stall behavior. Usually I take at this point around 30 minutes of fuel, which sounds excessive, but again the afterburner is thirsty. And I used here again my teammate to make this guy turn, give him the good old R60 like so often in this video, and that's game. And that's it for me today. So aircraft that I thoroughly enjoyed, that I can highly recommend to get. I know it is absolutely filthy to fight against this if it gets flown aggressively. Very versatile, more videos in the future. This was just a very early first impressions, what I just got in like, I don't know, 2-3 hours of gaming. And from the first battle it was fantastic. It is not by itself completely invulnerable, but in more capable hands than mine, I can only imagine the damage that you do very early to the enemy team. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if it, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, on the waves, and in the skies of War Thunder.